Let me tell you, I've been in the trenches of business deals, and due diligence isn't just paperwork, it's your financial guardian angel. Picture this. My client was about to sign on the dotted line for a business acquisition, a deal that promised to be a game changer. He thought he had done his homework, but there was one tiny detail, a single document buried deep in the pile that he overlooked. That one oversight nearly cost him $200,000. Unfortunately, he became my client to clean up the mess after the fact. I'm going to share with you the exact due diligence checklist that has saved my clients millions of dollars. Stay with me, because what you learn today could save your next deal, and potentially millions of dollars. Due diligence is about peeling back the layers, looking beyond the glossy brochures and sales pitches to uncover the truth about a business. Hidden risks lurk in the shadows of every deal. They might be hidden liabilities buried in the footnotes of financial statements, like undisclosed lawsuits or environmental cleanup costs. Or they might be undisclosed problems, such as operational inefficiencies, customer concentration risks, or even pending regulatory investigations. By mastering the art of due diligence, you'll gain the confidence to walk away from bad deals and the insight to negotiate favorable terms on the good ones. Now, let's dive into the heart of due diligence, financial verification. We're not just talking about glancing at a balance sheet, we're talking about forensic level analysis. First, let's talk about a crucial distinction that many overlook: the difference between tax returns and financial statements. Tax returns are prepared for the IRS, designed to minimize tax liability. Financial statements provide a more comprehensive view of a company's financial health, but they can also be manipulated. Look for discrepancies, inconsistencies, and anything that seems out of place. For example, if a business is showing significant losses on its tax returns but healthy profits on its financial statements, that's a major red flag. Verify every single transaction, especially large or unusual ones. Now, let's talk about a little secret I like to call the Friday afternoon test. This is a powerful technique for uncovering cash flow problems that most people miss. The Friday afternoon test is all about stress testing a business's cash flow. By applying the Friday afternoon test, you can gain valuable insights into a business's true financial stability. Let me give you a real-world example of how these techniques can save you a fortune. A few years back, I was evaluating a manufacturing business that looked fantastic on paper. Solid revenue growth, healthy profit margins, the works. But something didn't feel right. The owner was eager to sell, almost too eager. And when I started digging into the financial statements, I noticed a pattern of consistently high miscellaneous expenses each month. These expenses were never clearly explained, and they always seemed to conveniently offset any potential dips in profitability. Buried deep within those invoices were personal expenses, lavish trips disguised as business development, and even payments to family members for non-existent services. This is why financial verification is so critical. Now, let's delve into a critical aspect of due diligence that many entrepreneurs even seasoned ones, often overlook the legal and compliance deep dive. First on our checklist is employee classification status. Misclassifying employees as independent contractors can lead to significant financial penalties and legal repercussions. We also need to address intellectual property ownership. Does the business own and protect its logos and sensitive proprietary information? Is there pending litigation? It's crucial to uncover any past, present, or potential lawsuits involving the business. This includes everything from customer disputes and contract breaches to regulatory actions and employment-related claims. And here's a critical detail that most sellers forget, and many advisors miss permits. Will a change of control cause a loss of permits or licenses? Protecting your investment. Remember, legal due diligence is not about finding reasons to kill a deal. It's about uncovering potential risks and making informed decisions. By thoroughly examining these legal and compliance aspects, we're protecting your investment and setting the stage for a smooth and successful transaction. Think of it as an insurance policy against future headaches. By addressing these legal and compliance issues head-on, we're not just mitigating risk, we're also gaining valuable leverage in negotiations. Now let's move beyond the balance sheets and legal documents and step into the real heart of the business, its operations. This is where we separate the true contenders from the pretenders. First up, customer concentration analysis. We need to know who the business's top customers are and how much of their revenue they represent. If a single customer accounts for a significant portion of their revenue, that's a major red flag. Next, we're diving into vendor contracts. How will a change of control affect those? Here's a little trick I call the parking lot test. This is a simple yet surprisingly revealing way to gauge a business's true health. Visit the business at various times, including early mornings, late evenings, and even weekends. Observe the activity in the parking lot. A vibrant, active parking lot suggests a thriving business, while a deserted one could indicate trouble brewing. Reading between the lines. Employee interviews are a goldmine of information, but you have to conduct them legally and ethically. Before you even think about scheduling interviews, consult with an employment lawyer to ensure you're following all applicable laws and regulations. During these interviews, focus on open-ended questions about their roles, the company culture, and their outlook on the business's future. Listen carefully to their responses, paying attention not just to what they say, but also to how they say it. Look for inconsistencies between what the seller has told you and what the employees are saying. Now, we're going beyond the four walls of the business and stepping into the marketplace. This is where we assess the business's position in the market, its competitive landscape, and its future prospects. First, we're conducting a social media reputation audit. We're scouring social media platforms, review sites, and online forums to see what customers are saying about the business. Are they raving fans or disgruntled detractors? What are the common themes, the recurring complaints, the glowing praise? Next, We're going undercover with some competitive secret shopping. What about future market threats? Anticipating industry shifts and technological disruptions is crucial. We research reports and consult experts to identify potential headwinds. The business world is constantly evolving. A thriving business today could be obsolete tomorrow if it fails to adapt. We seek resilience, adaptability, and a future-proof business model. Here's a trick. The Google search deep dive. Type in industry keywords and watch the autocomplete suggestions. These suggestions reveal real-time customer insights and trends. Let's talk about identifying deal breakers and red flags. These are the warning signs that should make you reconsider the deal. Walking away is often the smartest move. First, the too good to be true financial pattern. If the numbers seem too perfect, they probably are. Suspiciously consistent profits or high margins. Revenue growth that defies industry norms. Trust your gut instinct. If something feels off, it probably is. Ask tough questions, demand documentation, and walk away if answers aren't satisfactory. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Pay attention to the owner's behavior. Are they overly eager to sell, pushing for a quick close? Are they evasive when answering questions, providing vague or inconsistent information? These are major red flags. A trustworthy seller will be transparent, willing to address your concerns honestly. If the owner raises doubts, proceed with caution or walk away. Trust is earned, not given, in business acquisitions. Another major red flag is significant documentation gaps. If the seller is unable or unwilling to provide essential documents, that's a deal breaker. These documents are the foundation of due diligence. They provide verifiable data that supports the seller's claims. Don't accept excuses or promises to provide documents later. Insist on full transparency before moving forward. A lack of transparency often indicates underlying problems. Let me share a personal story that illustrates this. A client hired me after closing a deal to deal with issues from the purchase. He had gone ahead with the deal, ignoring the alarm bells ringing in his head. Big mistake. It turned out that the company had been inflating its revenues, masking a significant cash flow problem. Within a year, the company was struggling to make payroll, and he was forced to inject hundreds of thousands of dollars just to keep the lights on. In the end, he lost nearly $250,000 on that deal. A painful lesson he'll never forget. That experience confirmed that due diligence is not just about checking boxes. It's about trusting your instincts, listening to those inner alarm bells, and being willing to walk away from a deal, no matter how enticing it may seem. Remember, in the world of business acquisitions, there are always other deals, other opportunities. It's better to miss out on a good deal than to get stuck with a bad one. So, be diligent, be thorough, and be relentless in your pursuit of the truth. Your financial future depends on it. Due diligence is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. It's about staying vigilant, asking tough questions, and never taking anything for granted. Embrace due diligence to mitigate risk and set the stage for long-term success. Make informed decisions, negotiate favorable terms, and protect your financial well-being. Due diligence is your ultimate weapon in business. Download my comprehensive due diligence checklist for free. Click the link below to get your copy. The link is www.jamesmontgomerylaw.com.